We're just under 8 weeks until the official opening day of Epic Universe, and today we're diving straight into the final video for our Epic Hype Guide series and hype ranking every aspect of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. From our least anticipated to our most anticipated, it's gonna be a wild ride, baby. Let's go.
Now, I'll be honest with you, when we first heard there was another Wizarding World coming to the theme parks, I nearly threw my phone out the window. But after learning everything this land has to offer, they shut me up real quick. And let me go a step further. I'm gonna say right now that this might be the best Wizarding World of the three. Woo! I'm just full of hot takes today, baby. But enough clowning around. Let's get to business with number 4, Abracadabra. Whoosh.
Kicking off our hype list, we have land immersion and atmosphere. Now, if you've been following this hype series, you've probably heard us say this once or twice, and baby, we're gonna say it again. We wanna feel like we have fully escaped reality, like we're stepping into a completely different world, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter over at Islands of Adventure and here in Universal Studios does a pretty damn good job of that. Diagon Alley has been our mainstay, but that may change.
Based off everything we've heard, we've read, we've seen, we've dreamt, all of the above. Through photos and renderings, this is supposed to be the biggest and the best one of all the parks.
The grand Wizarding World of Epic, if you will. But in case you did not already know this, the Ministry of Magic is going to be set in late 1920s Paris, as seen in the second Fantastic Beasts film. So it's not just Harry Potter, it's also Fantastic Beasts. Add that to your watch list.
Come on, watch them both.
And the scale alone is going to blow people away. From the moment that we are standing under that Phoenix Arch and looking down.
Be like this. Like the Jurassic Park scene.
Exactly. Right when we look down Place Cachet, I mean, it is just from the texture to the props to the sheer detail that they're adding into this world. It is going to be next level.
It's to the point where Universal Creatives, they're describing it as they want us to feel multi-sensory experiences here. Like they want us to feel the cobblestone at our feet, the French language oozing throughout the world, the jazz musicians playing in the street, and of course, how can we forget the iconic Harry Potter.
The iconic
score is
Harry
what I was
Potter
going to say before she interrupted me.
But they are also taking this just like all the way to the point where even an associate producer for the Universal Creative said on the Discover Universal podcast that she's looking forward to guests being challenged by the French language and literally recommended downloading a translation app.
We have not tried it away. You're in Paris, things are in French. So definitely download your translation apps and have them on hand because you're gonna wanna know what every single thing says.
While we were researching this video, I actually got an ad on Instagram for some earbuds that like have AI translate stuff into your ears.
So in other words, you're telling...
So not sponsored, but maybe you should buy that.
We're not sponsored, but maybe invest in that or some Duolingo. Why not?
Yes. Now going back to the scale of this land, the other cool thing here is that of all the Wizarding World, the facades in this world are just going to be insane. It's going to be the tallest ever built of all of the 3 Wizarding Worlds currently standing. So in Diagon and Hogsmeade, we have the facades standing at about 35 to 40 feet in height. And those are actually going to be the shortest when it comes to Wizarding World over at Epic because they're going all the way up, with the tallest being 65 to 70 feet and the shortest being 35 to 40.
I've been looking a little bit into this, so if you need a weird image in your head, you're welcome first of all, but think of it as like 4 giraffes roughly stacked on top of each other. I mean, that's pretty friggin' tall if you ask me.
Like with the entire neck and everything?
Yeah, stretched out.
Now, in terms of architecture and the land here itself, the Ministry of Magic is going to be more expansive. It's going to be wider. It's going to feel like a full-blown city, definitely compared to Diagon Alley. And from what we've heard, it's going to have less narrower pathways. So we're really just going to fully feel the immersion of being in Paris.
Now, all this Wizarding World talk really got us thinking. We had to come back into Diagon Alley to really look at the detail, man. They really went out here. It's so incredibly detailed, down to everything, the signs. I can't imagine how much more they're going to do for this new world. I mean, I'm excited as hell for it. And just like here at Diagon Alley, this is going to be a bustling wizarding and dining district with restaurants everywhere and wand shops like you see right behind me. We'll dive into that in just a bit. Right now, let's talk about those magic wands, because we can't forget about the ability to cast spells on the streets of Wizarding Paris.
Just like we have the famous Ollivander shop here at Diagon Alley in Universal
Right over
Studios,
there.
and we have it over as well in Hogsmeade and Islands of Adventure. These are shops where we get to experience the ritual of the wand choosing the wizard, which you've actually never gotten chosen for.
That was rigged against me. I don't want to talk about it.
In Epic, we're going to have the Cosme Akajor Bogats Magique.
Wow. 10 out of 10 on pronunciation.
I've been practicing.
Wow.
It's okay, thank you. Anyway, this shop is going to be very similar to Ollivander's, except with one caveat, which is that the wizard is going to influence the wand. So maybe...
Are you listening to Universal?
Maybe you get a
Pick
chance
me.
here.
Thank you.
Now in this shop, we're going to have a selection of wands to purchase, all themed after Cosme Akaja herself, with a touch of Parisian style. So it's going to be very couture,
Right.
very Paris.
Right. Anyway, with our wands in hand, we're basically going to be able to explore 14 magic wand locations around this world with all kinds of interactions, especially with creatures like nifflers, and we're going to be able to adventure. And another quick side note, just for you to know, right? It seems like you can use both first generation and second generation wands in this new world.
It has not been 100%
Right.
confirmed by Universal,
Right.
so we can't fully confirm that, but
Exactly.
it does seem like from other places that we
Of
have read
course.
that this is going to be the case. Now, for first generation wands, they look a little something like this, which is, Hawk's beautiful Death Eater wand.
I love this one. It's so badass.
I don't think he's going to get a second generation wand,
Probably.
but if you are looking to get a second generation wand, they're pretty cool. They've really stepped it up with the features here. You
100%. Which, by the way, they released just a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
So you've got things like lights, you've got vibrations, you've got custom spells. You'll basically be able to also purchase these in all three parks.
Yes. So currently, right here in Universal Studios, you can purchase them over at Islands as well as Epic. But if you're here before you go to Epic, you can get them beforehand.
Do it.
Now, I want to shift gears here a little bit because we're still talking about theming and immersion, and
Right.
still our number four on our hype list was pretty
Right.
long.
A little.
But I just really want to talk about how much thought Universal has put into
yes.
building this world, because they have pulled directly from the movies to really recreate everything down to the smallest detail in Wizarding World Paris. Ministry of Magic.
Say that 5 times. Anyway, based on the first look ground photo that we've seen I would say about a week ago now, released by Universal,
They're not kidding.
Not kidding.
No, it
So
looks
far-
absolutely incredible. Now, something that I find actually really unique about this world is that while we will be mostly in 1920s Paris, we will also be traveling to the 1990s British Ministry, all in one world.
We had to develop a way to transport our guests, right? Collaborating with Warner Brothers and with the film creators to create the Metro Flu. You may be familiar with the flu powder from the films, like when Harry uses it at the Weasley's house to get to Diagon Alley. So this is taking that same concept, but scaling it for mass transit.
So we're basically going to be walking into what looks like a French subway station, but instead of a train platform, it's going to be green flames of the flu powder engulfing us and transporting us over to the British Ministry, baby.
Magic, baby.
I swear, you and your Paris.
I'm gonna be like
You're gonna be
French.
French by the end of this video. That's what's going on here.
Anyway, of course, as you know, this will put us at the attraction entrance to Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry.
Ready for that one. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll dive into that later. Let's go. Let's jump into our number 3 spot on our hype list, which is the live stage show. Tell me if I'm pronouncing this right, since you're French now.
I'm listening.
Le Cirque Acarnu, did I pronounce that? Since
Le
you're French now?
Cirque Acarnu, yes.
Oh my. All right.
Oui, oui.
All right, she got
now,
it.
if you're not familiar with this show, this is inspired by the circus that is featured in the Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. And the story here is a circus that follows the ringmaster Skender, who steals Newt Scamander's suitcase, which contains fantastic beasts from all around the globe. And this is all for the purpose of restoring the circus back to its glory days.
Yes, I am ready for this show because we're gonna get to see live performance, we're gonna get to see aerialists, we're gonna get to see puppetry, special effects, and of course, all kinds of beasts.
Fantastic beasts.
Right.
Now, we're going to keep it 100 with you right now because when we first heard of this show at the Ministry of Magic, we kind of brushed it off. We weren't really sure what to expect, but we
Right.
just keep hearing over and over and over again how incredible this show is from the folks who have gotten to experience
Right.
it during team member previews.
Right.
So
I mean, it's been nothing but good reviews.
did this sway our opinion just a little bit? Maybe just enough
just-
to hype it up to
Right.
spot number 3.
There are a few reasons why you should be excited too, honestly.
Yes.
This is actually the first time Universal's ever developed an indoor show for the Wizarding World.
Yes.
So we're gonna get to explore something we have never before. I mean, that's awesome right off the bat. Number 2, the theming alone. You know we're big theming people. I'm sure you are as well. The theming here is 10 out of 10. From the outside entrance to the indoor space itself, everything in these tents look mystical. And I would say,
Supernatural,
right, yes,
yes.
supernatural. Even the color scheming. I mean, it looks beautiful.
I know you're a little biased.
I am a little biased, I will say, because I love anything circus themed for some reason. right?
Everything circus
I don't care
themed.
if it's HHN or mystical Harry Potter. Put me in a circus and I'm there, baby.
Even if it's not HHN?
Even if it's not
Even if it's not
look,
HHN?
Look, I
you
get
heard it here first.
I get it. Look, I get it. This show is family friendly, right? We're not going to see killer clowns. We're not going to see sexy acrobatic dancers, right?
Aerialists.
But we are going to still get one badass show. The third reason why you should be excited is, of course, the immersion itself. The queue alone here is supposed to create this illusion for us.
Yes, it's gonna be like a small tent, but as we
Right.
go inside,
The
it's just
tents
gonna
get
be
bigger and bigger.
and bigger. Yes,
Right, as we basically all the way to the main show itself. So it's going to be this amazing illusion, the theming, the atmosphere, just everything here. I cannot freaking wait.
We haven't seen it, but it feels like a 10 out of 10,
let's
baby.
do it.
Coming in hot at our number 2, we have themed food and dining. Now, if you've been following this hype series, you know this is the first time that we've ranked food this high up in our rankings.
Never been done.
With good reason, because
Right.
for the first time in all of the Wizard Worlds, this is the first time that we're gonna have 2 main eateries within this world.
I mean, and they're both worth it.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the food.
Right, so let's talk about the first one. So you've got Café de la Serene,
Café
right?
de la Serene.
All right, French professional over here.
Wink, wink.
Now, this one is a Parisian-style cafe, of course, where you got French cuisine. And when you're in Paris, at least from what I've read, because I've never been, you have the street-facing cafes, right? You have the patio-style dining, and you can dine inside or outside. So that's pretty
Yes.
cool, right? We're gonna have croissants or croissants, right? With the
Croissant.
pinky up. You've got all kinds of sandwiches, and the thing that stood out to me, the butterbeer crepe.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it stood out to everybody because when
Wow.
Universal dropped that photo of the butterbeer crepe.
You can pronounce everything else, but you can't pronounce that? All right, anyway.
The internet lost their minds. And
Right.
with good reason. It looks absolutely delicious.
No, it really does. Now, something else that's really exciting about this cafe is that we've got dinner, we've got lunch options, and we have breakfast options. So we're practically going to be living there. Like I
It
said,
sounds like a chef's kiss.
you want my credit card, social security, everything right now?
Social security.
Just start taking it all because I'm going to be living there.
Now, while Café de la Serene piqued our interest when it comes to food, Le Goblet Noir is what piques our interest when it comes to theming.
Oh, yes, baby. So this is going to be a tavern, like a medieval style restaurant, similar to what we have actually over at Diagon Alley, except Universal says that we're going to see dark artifacts.
Yes, and hints at the fact that this might be an area for more of the darker wizards to hang around. So that
Yeah,
means that we're gonna be hanging out with the bad guys, baby, and the villains.
That's
I don't
right.
know.
If you know us, we're all about that, baby. I mean, the description alone sounds friggin' badass.
Yes.
They're calling it a time-worn haunt for dark witches and wizards to escape the prying eyes of the Paris Ministry.
I'm in. Let's go. Let's escape the
Let's
prying
go hide
eyes.
out with them. But we can't move on to our final segment without talking about our favorite drink, all time
Butterbeer.
at Wizarding World. That's right.
Now, when it comes to the Butterbeer crate that you have seen over and over again over at Islands of Adventure, well, get ready because we're going to get another Butterbeer crate in this Wizarding World. However, this one is going to be themed all to Le Cirque à Cranu.
Wow, she just keeps hitting all of the pronunciations. Beautiful.
If you're French, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing
Sorry for the cringe.
anything.
It is what it is. We're having a good time. You already know what we're talking about. We're talking Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry attraction.
You knew, and if you did know, hit that like button right now.
Click. So this attraction is supposed to be the most ambitious, the most technologically advanced,
Check.
and the most badass of all of the wizarding
check.
worlds.
Straight up, it's going to be an amazing ride that I cannot wait to get on. But let's talk about the queue in and of itself, because this is starting at the iconic atrium at the British Ministry, where we're going to be at the start of Dolores Umbridge's trial after Voldemort's demise.
Right, and if you haven't already seen, Universal released a whole set of photos a few months back showing the queue, and it looks incredible, the details alone.
It looks absolutely massive and incredible with banners of Dolores Umbridge on them. We've got the Fountain of Magical Brethren at the center with a giant golden statue. We see reception booths, case files, newspapers with headlines referencing Umbridge's trial. Pretty much every single thing that you can think of that is going to immerse us within this queue
Right. They're
leading up to the ride.
Right, we're also going to get to see Dolores Umbridge's office with a brand new character in it.
Higgledy.
Higgledy the house elf will be packing up her stuff, getting ready for the big trial.
Getting us ready to get on this
That's
ride.
right, but not just that. We also got a first look into the omni-directional lift. And it's decked out, it's fancy, right? It's decked out in red and gold, and it fits up to 14 people, so it's gonna be one big party.
This is labeled as a thrill and motion simulation ride, and if you know anything about us, is we love a good thrill ride, baby.
Wicked Thrill Seekers, nice to meet you.
Now, we're going to enter in an omnidirectional lift as it carries us to Dolores Umbridge's trial for the crimes that she has committed. And of course, she escapes, and this is where we're going to meet up with our favorites, Ron, Harry, Hermione.
Wow.
We're all back together, baby, because we are going to be chasing her through different departments of the Ministry and new locations that we have never seen before.
Now, there are two big reasons why we have this at our number one. One of them, and our favorite reason,
The Death Eaters,
baby. Based on the concept art and the teasers we've gotten so far, we're going to be dropped right at the center of a Death Eaters battle. And honestly, we're going to be sitting there at the lift, cheering them on. Hey, come and
rooting
attack
for
us.
our own demise.
Pretty much, but it is what it is. Now, the second reason why we have this at our number one on the hype list is because we can't wait to experience the omnidirectional lift and the technology behind it. Because at the time of filming, we don't have much detail on exactly how it works, but we do know from Universal Creatives that we're going to feel the thrill and the energy behind this. And of course, we do know it's going to go frontward, backwards, it's going to move in all sorts of directions, just like we see the lifts in
the
Harry
films.
Potter. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, it sounds pretty badass in a way. I don't know why. It just kind of reminds me of Tower of Terror.
Tower
I mean,
of Terror.
maybe because we're in an elevator.
You're just hoping for one big drop. I feel like
Whatever,
that's
yeah.
what you're hoping because we're in an elevator.
Maybe that's what it is.
At this point, I think it's safe to say that this Wizarding World Ministry of Magic is going to be one of the most ambitious, expansive, and just overall fan favorites
Oh, yes.
of all the Wizarding Worlds. At least for me,
I
it's
feel it.
definitely going to be my
I
favorite.
feel it coming.
Now, if you got anything out of this video, or if you are now just as hyped for the Wizarding World as we are, make sure to subscribe because we are all about the thrills and chills, baby. HHN, theme parks, and beyond.
That's right. Where have you been?
Now, we are going to be at Epic Universe on opening day and a few days after as well. So if there's something that you specifically want to see from us, let us know in the comments, not just relating to this world, but all the worlds
Of
at
course.
Epic Universe.
We've got your back, baby.
And if you haven't checked out the series that we have of full hype guides for every single world, diving deep into each one, then go ahead and check them out, baby. What are you doing? You can check out starting with this one. And if you have watched all of our series, thank you so much for watching.
Really appreciate you.
Really appreciate you. We'll catch you next week.
Stay tuned.
Check out this video.
Akio Wizarding World.
That wasn't it. Oh, wait, this is it. Oh, you did it! You're a wizard, Harry!
Watch this.